Match 74. Battra vs. Legion by Christian Salabert. Nagoya was now a ghost town. The city was quiet and dead, devoid of human life. They had long since evacuated. An enormous flower had rooted itself atop the city's famed Nagoya castle. Energy gathered within the pod as it prepared to launch its seed into the stratosphere. Not too
Ew.
not too far
Oh,
away,
Clitoris.
the Legion Queen watched over the area contently. She was about to withdraw for now when she felt tremors underneath her. She soon saw the disturbances building after building collapsed, in a beeline heading directly towards the castle. Legion realized the flower was in danger, but there was nothing she could do about it without harming the symbiotic plant. The queen howled in rage as the Nagoya castle was struck next, leveling the famous structure to the ground. Red and purple energy crackled underneath the flower as it impacted with the earth, setting it aflame. But that wasn't the end of the strange underground disturbance. It headed directly for Legion, continuing to destroy buildings as it went. Suddenly, it stopped.
It's
Legion
Bugs Bunny. He took a wrong turn in Albuquerque.
Legion watched as the ground split open and out came the armored form of the Battra larva.
So, did the buildings come back to life again, like in the last match?
Yeah, right. After
Oh,
being
Gotta wait to
boiled
find out.
alive.
It's not. It's not bad. It's not just single, but it's the bat. I am the knight. I am the Battra.
This just proves he is the Dark Knight of the Mothras.
Bat. You know what? I bet I bet that's a thing in Toho. Battra man. I bet that's a thing. I guarantee it. This is the superhero Battra man.
Battra Man and Super Mothra.
Super moth.
with his trusty sidekick Rodan. Anyway,
just the sidekick Rodan. No,
Yeah,
no, for
Mothra
copyright
girl.
reasons. For copyright reasons, they had to call him Radon.
oh yeah, Radon. Yeah, Radon.
Radon.
Anyway, spotting his target, the armored caterpillar immediately went on the attack, unleashing crackling prism bolts from his eyes and horns. Legion instantly brought her force field up, but it was no use against the rapid bolts. The energy warped and twisted in front of Legion before exploding, causing her to rear her head back and wail. Battra
So he
continued his
upgraded his
assault.
accuracy from the last time.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Well,
He
he
upgraded his accuracy this
he
time.
got an aimbot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Battra continued his assault, firing prism bolt after prism bolt at the alien menace. The blast exploded against Legion's exoskeleton, send bursts of flame erupting all around her. Legion let loose a groan as her attacker's beam struck her,
Oh.
then decided it was time to return fire. She opened up her proboscis.
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 Okay,
Proboscis.
proboscis. Yeah.
That looks right.
That's naughty. This is the X-rated
They're both insects.
proboscis.
I think someone just was reading like a science book on insects, and then they were like, "This would be so cool to have Battra versus Legion match.
Okay, here
I
we
can
go.
use this word."
Proboscis is an elongated appendage from the head of an animal, either a vertebrate or an invertebrate. In invertebrates, the term usually refers to a tubular mouthparts used for feeding and sucking. In vertebrates, the term is used to describe an elongated nose or snout. Don't you just love science?
Hold on, that's like a that's like the thing for like a mosquito then.
Yeah, exactly. It's
And a butterfly.
Yeah, that or a
probably-
proboscis monkey. You know those things. You know those monkeys with a hilariously large nose.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Why is there not a proboscis monkey kaiju? I want a kaiju with a huge nose.
One day, my boy or
We
girl,
have. What's
boy,
his
girl.
name?
One day.
You'll get there.
Anyway.
One day,
Daigo.
my
Most
one
of
day,
his
my
face
friend
is
is of somewhat
nose.
gender.
Anyway, enough science aside, blue energy crackling within. A massive beam of energy thundered forth, missing Battra but hitting the ground not too far behind him. A massive
Wow.
shockwave erupted from the impact point, catching Battra within and scorching the larva. Battra shrieked as he was thrown to the ground by the blast, his armor badly damaged.
He didn't get hit though.
Oh yeah,
Listen,
but
it was
the
it was so
impact.
hot.
Right,
The
it was-
impact.
right, but just because you miss, it's like, yeah, it landed close to him, so the impact, the aftershock got him.
So it's like getting slammed into a wall type of thing.
It's,
More like an explosion
Or-
going off.
yeah,
next
yeah,
to
it's
you.
more like an
explosion
explode.
going off and people falling over.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's like standing like 20 feet away from a grenade. It's like, yeah, it blows up. You might not.
It's not gonna kill you, but
Yeah, it's still gonna hurt you. So that the same sort of principle applies.
Okay.
Legion made her way towards her downed opponent, chirping evilly.
chirping evilly.
Battra managed.
You can't make chirping sound medicine. I'm sorry.
Anyway, Battra managed to pull himself upward, glaring in fury at the intergalactic insect. He fired more blasts from his eyes, strafing Legion's legs. He aimed his
Yeah, the
bolts
queen
up.
got some nice legs.
Right. Oh, battery perv. Anyway, he aimed his
Oh!
bolts up at Legion's upper torso.
No wonder he's called the Fallen Mothra.
He aimed his bolts up at Legion's upper torso, and the evil queen lost several of her smaller legs, and in the process her force field. The Black Mothra continued his assault, blasting at Legion as he waddled closer and closer towards her.
He waddled. What a
Waddled.
fat guy, Mothra. What a fat guy Battra is.
Bulky, not fat.
Armored, not bulky.
Yeah, armored, not fat. He's big armored.
Not wanting
His
her
exoskeleton is massive.
Not wanting her foe any closer, Legion opened her mighty horn once again, ready to blow a hole through the armored beast. Not wanting to risk a direct hit from the beam, Battra aimed his prism bolts into her open face. The red and purple energy blasted into her exposed energy core, throwing off sparks and flames. Legion threw her head back, wailing in pain, her beam cut off before it was even released. With his foe distracted and now within reach, Battra thrust his head forward, plunging the giant yellow horn atop its head into Legion's chest. Ooh.
Whoa, Battra. No means no. Wow.
The massive queen screamed as Battra's horn pierced her exoskeleton, steam pouring out of the wound. Battra shook his head back and forth, digging his horn deeper into his foe's torso. But just as Battra began to feel confident about the wound he had just inflicted, the tides were suddenly turned. Not only had Battra's horn broken into Legion's chest, but her egg sac as well. Pass.
Ew.
Pass.
In an instant, thousands of symbiotic I was waiting for the pass. In an instant, thousands of symbiotic legion began to emerge from their queen's torso. Traveling down Battra's horn, they began to swamp and attack the caterpillar. Battra realized what was happening and began trying to dislodge his horn from Legion's chest. He managed to break away from her, worsening her wound in the process. But by then it was too late.
Get off the stage.
Oh, looky who has returned.
Did you miss me?
I'm actually surprised you found us here.
Yeah, I just looked
We
through
tried. We tried hiding.
Well, your little Empire Strikes Back trick isn't gonna work.
We'll keep
So
with
should we adjust the thing then?
we'll keep going with the one we have now, just that Alex will get the last sentence.
I have no idea what match we're reading.
74.
Dang, we
Yeah,
shouldn't let him
that's
guess
okay.
based on. We shouldn't have told him and just had him guess and find it.
I probably could have looked in the actual KWC chat and found out that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any case, Every
She's
single
also
one of
affected
Legion's
into-
children had left their mother and had completely covered her assailant. Battra swung himself wildly back and forth in an attempt to shake them from his body, to no avail.
Get away from my mommy!
Each time they got close to his eyes, he fired his prison bolts, blasting them away, but otherwise helpless to assault. He could feel them eating away at his armor, almost burrowing into it. With a crack, his horn fell away, crashing to the ground. Wait, what? They bit through his horn?
Yeah, I guess that's not. I guess we don't. I guess we didn't hear how being from that.
To be
Okay.
fair,
I mean, because no, I don't claim to be a Battra expert. I'm pretty sure if his horn got snapped off, he would be writhing in agony.
Or the fact that it would be one of the easiest things to save because he would just send energy through it, vaporizing them.
Well,
Yeah.
Like a lot.
well, if you guys are so much of
You're
Battra
gonna cry
experts,
over the loss of
cite
the
your
horn.
sources.
Alex, you missed it. We had a special guest.
I
Who's
know.
the special guest?
We had someone from Greyshot's
someone who's
Discord
actually-
come in.
In any case, back to the match. One of the tusks soon followed. Before he realized it, the queen was upon him. With a mighty shove, Legion sent the larval form of Battra toppling over onto his side. Legion watched.
Oh, she's getting revenge.
Quick question: why can't Battra just expel the energy from his body? Just fry them all in one go. He can do that.
Hold on.
He technically has energy conduction, I believe, but
Yeah, he
Let's
does.
keep going.
I remember that because I wrote a few matches with him using that ability.
Oh, as I was saying, Legion watched, satisfied, as her brood took care of the creature. Those who attacked the Legion would be sure to pay with their very lives. And if her children weren't enough to end the beast, one final blast from her horn would no doubt finish it, if it actually made contact.
yeah.
She sat and waited as her soldiers continued their work.
I want to read a match. I want to read a match where someone lampshades the fact that the final attacks never actually hit. Like someone brings up to Akane, have you actually hit the absolute zero cannon once? And she goes, I'm working on that. All right.
No, Harley. You misunderstand her point. She's just there to look hot. That's it.
Also missed Battra ramming his
Captain
horn
Gordon
into
gonna-
the queen's chest forcefully.
Captain Gordon's gonna go up to Akane and ask her why she's never hit with the absolute zero cannon when he's hit with the zero
I'm gonna.
cannon.
You know what? I have a match with Akane and Captain Gordon. I'm so gonna write that scene where he's like, you've never hit anything with that absolute cannon, have you?
And meanwhile, Greyshot's slowly killing himself because we won't shut up.
Just ever so slowly. Ever so slowly. In any case,
And then Last Bastard came in, whatever his name is.
Anyway, keep reading.
Battra panicked as he felt the symbiotic legion continuing to destroy his armor and began to make contact with the soft flesh within. He had no arms to swat at them, and his prison bolts were useless against them. He knew that if he didn't do something quickly, they would kill him within mere moments. Trying to block out the pain from the soldiers' assault, he began to focus his powers. Suddenly, a crackling vortex of energy engulfed him. Red, orange, and yellow energies exploded out of his body, transforming it into a new shape.
Captain Planet!
Close. His massive body
Super
shrank,
Saiyan?
but new appendages emerged from the sides. The flashing energy faded away just as quickly as it came, revealing Battra's Imago form.
Imago?
Yes, Imago.
Imago.
Is that how it's
Sounds like
pronounced?
the name of a shitty band from the 70s.
I always thought it was Imago.
Imago. Doesn't matter.
I just call it the butterfly because that's what most people are going to call it.
The butterfly.
It's actually rather interesting because I think Battra does match more to a butterfly than Mothra does.
You're
No
right.
one's
I
a
think
special
you're.
butterfly.
I think.
Because Battra's a butterfly, Mothra's a moth.
Yeah. Or a
Of course, the butterfly
Battrafly.
would be the evil one, wouldn't it?
True. In any case, Legion watched in fury as her soldiers fell from the sky, burnt and charred beyond recognition by the power given off by Battra's transformation. The few that had survived flew towards him. Okay. But the Black Moth immediately opened fire with his prison beams, incinerating the last few symbiotic Legion and blasting their queen below. Legion cried out as Battra flapped his wings and flew overhead, raining his violent beams down on her head. The blast burned deep scorch marks into Legion's armor and blew off her remaining few legs from the sides of her torso. Again and again, Battra fired his prison beams. Again and again, and again, and again, and again. Yeah.
It's not funny when you do it.
Ah, damn, hang on. Gray shot's skipping. Let me just... There we go. I should have fixed that.
Never
You gotta
failing to
restate
strike
Ghost
Legion with
.exe.
each blast. The alien queen opened her proboscis.
Proboscis.
Proboscis?
Proboscis.
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 Proboscis. I don't know.
Proboscis, and fired her electromagnetic blast into the air. But Battra easily avoided the beam and returned fire, sending his prison beams into her face.
He
Pass.
avoided the beam because he wasn't a machine.
So I just want to point. I just want to point out, the Legion's like literally immobile right now. All her legs are blown off, right?
I think it's referring to her like little front legs, like the things that create the shield.
Are you sure about that?
I'm pretty sure. That said, I don't think
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because I like the idea of Legion just like fat body being stuck in one place because all her legs are blown off.
No, I'm pretty
Make
sure.
that.
Yeah, smaller legs I think are more referring to the little thingamajigs like on the sides of her body.
Like near her face.
Yeah,
The things near her face.
yeah, the things that create the force field.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Since I joined, just give me the last two indentations to read. I'll be
Okay,
fine with it.
well. Oh boy.
They're very
Fine.
short then.
Okay, so how many are left? Okay, so 1, 2, 3. There's 7 indentations left.
Okay, you get.
I'll take 2. You can take 3. He can take 2.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
By the way,
Okay.
Alex,
Or
I
if you
finished.
guys want to make it more fair, since I just got here, I could take the very last one. Both of you could have 3 each.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, just to make it fair. Since
Yeah.
you guys been
I
here
want to
longer.
point out, Alex. I had to finish last match because you weren't here.
Well, oh, okay.
Just
Was it a
so you
terrible
know,
one?
I just so you know, I
Yeah.
got your back, buddy.
Okay.
And all the ones before there are boring without you there.
Well, I'm glad everyone missed me.
Well, anyway, Nagoda, you're up.
Okay. Seine Fiend, Battra plantet seine nächste Form de Angriff. Bevor
Wait, what the?
I was gonna,
What are you reading?
That's what I
I'm
want
trying to
to
see if I
know.
can read it in German. I'm trying to see if I can read it in German because I need to practice my German.
Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness, KWC German edition, folks.
No, it's KWC International now.
Yeah.
We're expanding our brand.
Well, what
Yeah,
can I
we're
say?
multicultural.
Multicultural.
Yeah, I think I need to
Of
practice.
course.
I think I need to practice my Polish. So.
I'll practice my French then.
I say no to this. KWC is American first, thank you. If we're going to discuss giant monsters, and we're going to discuss Japanese giant monsters,
Wait,
They're
I'll
gonna be-
practice my
the
Great
way
job.
Americans speak.
I'll practice my gray shot. I'll act all boring.
No,
Hey,
no.
guys,
I'll
what's
practice
going
my
on?
guys. I'll practice my Kaiju.
Harley, you're like free, like. Oh, what the?
I think you're
No,
running
wait,
back to your
Harley, you also
silent.
forgot the gosh darn it every 5 seconds.
Gosh darn it!
Gosh darn it!
I swear, you almost sound like Goofy when you say that. Gosh darn it! You are this close, Andrew. I swear.
You know, I swear on the only thing that never glitches for Kaiju X is gosh darn it. We can all do that.
It's just catchphrase.
Anyway, Nagoda, start reading in English.
Okay.
English, please.
Circling around his foe, Battra planned his next form of attack. Before he could implement it, however, one of the Legion's giant hind legs sprang upward, uppercutting Battra in the man. That uppercutting should have another P in there. Does anyone else notice that?
Oh yeah,
What?
it's missing a P. An extra uppercutting is missing an extra P.
So it's uppercutting.
uppercutting Battra in the mandibles. As he tried to regain his wits without falling from the sky, Legion swung her leg sideways, slamming it across his face again. Battra spiraled out of control, but miraculously managed to stay in the air, unlike all those times Mothra spiraled out of control.
Listen, I guess Badger is great at aerodynamic control than Moth.
Just as he managed to regain his composure again, he saw Legion firing her beam directly at him. He had no time to react. The blast was already airborne. He tried to move, but the beam punched a massive hole through his left wing. It failed to detonate, shooting off into the afternoon sky, but the damage was done. How far do you think that beam can fire?
Far.
Far enough, I get far
Like,
enough.
I'm just thinking, is going off into space and just following after.
No,
Sticks
I got the answer. It can fire as long as the writer wants it to go.
Yeah,
That is
pretty
the
much.
most objective answer, so yes.
Same with Hetero's toxicity. He's as toxic as the writer wants him to be.
Mm-hmm.
No longer able to stay aloft, Battra fell to the ground, flapping his wings in an attempt to make the landing as painless as possible. As the beam that through his wing killed Kumanga as it flew through the air. Battra cackled in frustration, futilely flapping his wings.
Wait, cackled in frustration?
Cackled. in
How does
frustration.
one cackle in frustration? Ah, darn it! Ah!
He was a sitting duck like this.
Quack!
That explains his waddling now.
Yeah, he's a duck! Now just imagine Batra looks swimming with a bunch of ducks going.
He is the guardian of Earth. He loves his ducks. That's why he waddles.
Oh, you know what? That would be such an interesting take on things of just Batra with nature, because he's the Earth guardian, and you just see like a bunch of ducks waddling, and Batra's like watching out like for cars, like don't run over these ducks.
No, wait. Be even funny. He goes, "Watch out, ducks!" He goes over and he accidentally stabs all the ducks like a shish kebab.
Rams the car. Well, it makes sense. Battra is the ultimate ugly duckling. He starts out ugly and pathetic, but then he sprouts his wings and grows into a beautiful moth swan thing.
Butterfly.
Butterfly.
Since when did the butterfly become more attractive than the larva? All Battras are beautiful equally. Stop
Yes.
setting these high
Wait,
standards.
Anyway, keep
Where did my
reading.
tortoise
Keep
go?
reading.
Oh no. Crap. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, I should probably get back to reading now. Trying to go
Before
find it.
Greyshawn has an aneurysm.
Too late.
I think he's already dead. He looked ahead and saw Legion making her way towards him. He recoiled in pain from the blast. Wait. I
Got
cut it.
something.
He fired his prism beams at her, taking satisfaction in watching her recoil in pain from the blast. There you go. Batra's satisfaction soon turned into panic, however, when Legion bent down and thrust her proboscis into the ground, killing several ducks.
No! Not the ducks!
Did you say ducks or dicks?
Ducks.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Dirt and concrete exploded into the air.
With feathers.
Legion began... Yes, and feathers. As Legion began to burrow into the street. Within seconds, she was gone. Battra tried to push himself up off the ground, but his useless wing weighed him down so much. He needed to move. He had to avenge those ducks. He could feel the tremors underneath him as Legion traveled underground, heading in his direction. He knew he was finished if he couldn't move. He began to gather his power again, preparing to revert back to his larva form, something he has never done in the previous matches. For some odd reason. Crimson energy began to
Wasn't
crackle
important
over his
till
spiked
now.
body as ducks flew overhead. Past.
The pavement exploded as Legion's enormous torso erupted from the ground. Her head held high in the air. She held her proboscis triumphantly into the sky. Battra had been impaled.
So is she
What?
gonna drink him like a straw?
I think it
She
gets
drinks
better than
people.
that.
Apparently.
The Black Mothra weakly shook his
Racist.
head side to side, his legs twitching. He couldn't believe what had happened. Yellow blood poured from where Legion's horn had pierced his body and just got all over her.
So is she not gonna crucify him like all those
That's
other
exactly
times she
what she's
crucified
doing right
Ghidorah?
now. She's crucifying Battra.
Except
Died for your sins.
Unlike
Battra-
this Ghidorah.
Battra knew he had lost, but refused to give in, kind of defeating the purpose that he knew he'd lost. Using the last bit of his strength, he fired his prism beams, blowing chunks from Legion's armor. The alien queen's beady blue eyes glared angrily at her foe. Fearing her attacker even if it was dying. Putting all of her strength into it, Legion opened her horn. The two halves of Battra fell to the ground and passed.
And of course, here's the best reader of tonight. Legion surveyed the area. The flower was destroyed. Her soldiers were dead, and she herself was injured from the duck bite. She decided to resume her conquest in a different location, preferably one with less ducks. Placing her horn against the ground once again, she burrowed into there, disappearing into the soil. Winner, the bigoted Christian.
Oh!
Winner Legion. But yeah,
Winner
this
Legion.
is like the match itself is mostly like, I mean, it's decent, but it's just kind of like it is just like whose phone anyway. Like for the most part, what I can't say, I do kind of like the opening sequence where Battra destroys like the flower by digging under it. I do like that bit, but otherwise, I mean, the most of it, it's like it's fine stuff. The biggest highlight I will give this match, though, is the ending. Most Legion matches where Legion wins is usually done via the red whips.
Laser things.
Yeah, the laser whips. So it is refreshing to see that Legion uses another method of killing. In this case, stabbing a monster with her
Horn.
Yeah, her horn
Yeah,
thing
good.
and splitting it
Robust
open.
guess.
Good. Good.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal.
Hey, you guys want to know what else is refreshing? A nice can of Dr. Pepper, because you can't watch a giant monster without your Dr. Pepper. If
I'm a
anything,
pepper,
like
you're a
what
pepper, she's a pepper too.
since Godzilla 1985 showed us that you can't have a Dr. Pepper without a kaiju film.
Absolutely.
And there's our product placement, folks.
One of the things I noted about this match that Battra's kept pouring and pouring damage, and Legion really kind of like no-sold the majority of it.
It just kind of like took it.
It's kind of like took it. Nothing other than the fact she was in pain. I never really felt like Legion was in any danger of actually losing.
Right?
It's
Yeah,
gonna thought-
Battra is a powerhouse, and
So
he
that's what
does
aimed
kind
build
of
him.
right. Yeah, Battra is strong, and he does kind of prove some points where it looked like he could have won. But Legion is generally depicted as a pretty brutal tank. So
Yeah, that's true. You got me there.
So
I will say though, you at least get like the notes of like she went like even when she fought Gamera, she did like suffer pain. Like when he blasted off, and she did react. But then it wasn't a great thing. She just kept going after him, and that's what made her so deadly. Is that no matter how much damage Gamera did to her, she just kept coming after him.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, it took the ability for her to completely eviscerate him, or for Gamera to completely eviscerate her to finally put her down for good. But speaking of, well, at least in that vein, so what do you guys think of the banner?
the
Those
banner,
all right.
the banner's
it's
decent.
I like it. But what's in the
Yeah.
back left-hand corner?
That looks like. I think that's
Is
supposed
that
to.
is that
I think that's just supposed to be more the
I think it's part of the
flower.
is that Monster X? It
could
kind of
be.
looks like Monster X.
I feel pretty sure that's just more the flower.
Yeah,
What?
I think that's the
What
leaves
is
of the
that?
flower.
Is that a
No, no,
portal
no.
to a better match?
No. I think it's
Is it
some kind of
camera?
creature. You can see like a tail and there's some dust right there.
I think that's a
What?
duck.
What? Do you know what this is, Grace? Or are you actually?
No, I honestly was staring at that for a while. I was like trying to figure it out. Maybe it's part of the plant, but I can't make it out.
I'm pretty sure that's part of the flower.
It's probably part of the flower. That's
Yeah,
the
like
part
I
I
said,
come up with.
I think it's just part of the flower, maybe.
But like, where's like this? Where's like this red thing next to Battra? You see that? What
Yeah,
the heck is
that's
that?
the flower. Like
The
that
red
is
thing?
the
Oh,
flower.
That's the flower.
The red. Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
that might. So I think the other thing might be
Now
part
I'm
of
just
the flower.
Battra just going up to the flower and just eating it.
I mean, I assume he would. I assume Battra's an herbivore.
Well, I mean, he is a caterpillar, and caterpillars do eat plants. Obvious fact.
Like, you just see
Oh!
Batra and Mothra just
I
following
know.
Legion
I
around
know
eating all her
Battra likes
flowers.
to have some of Mothra's meat, if you catch my drift.
No, but I just want to also make note of the counterpoint. If the
You
if
think
the pond
Mothra
was
is a dick?
no,
You never
Okay,
know.
well, let Gray Shot speak.
One of them does. One of them's a guy.
Well, Mothra.
You're
Well, I
saying-
guess Mothra can
Yeah?
be, but
That's true. Leo has a dick.
no. Well, the counterpoint I was making in regards to that is, wasn't the pod also about to go off, and that's why she was about to leave? But
I-
Battra shows up.
I believe she was coming close to launching, but Battra kind of stopped it before she could do that. So
I just want to make note. Where's the massive oxygen explosion?
like I said, I don't think it was. I think it was about to be ready, but not like to the point where where the oxygenation was completed.
I'm
So
just saying,
Battra stopping.
complete
So Battra
disappointment.
stopping you. Because I'm thinking if Battra stopped it, wouldn't it just exploded early?
Yeah, like if
Maybe.
it were properly oxygenated, then yeah, it would have caused a big boom boom.
A big boom boom.
That would have resulted in the
Just like
shortest
it
match
happens
ever
again,
written.
that would. You know what? That would be hilarious. Just the fight starts, kaboom, end.
Yeah.
I'm just
It's like a-
making note. If
it's a-
Michael Bay,
it's like- It's like a sentence long.
I'm just making note. If Michael Bay had written this match, that's how it would have ended for sure. Guaranteed.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I,
Yeah,
I,
well,
I-
thank God
Isn't
Michael
that
Bay's
how a
not
lot of your
read a
matches
match
are,
where-
Gray Shot?
Well, thank God Michael Bay is not writing this.
I mean, that's how I was able to spot, the obvious inconsistency.
No, Harley.
Well, I just-
Gray Shot is Michael Bay. That's how a lot of his
that makes
matches
sense.
are. Just like
That
how
makes
match
sense.
point 200 is going to have a lot of explosions.
Obviously, it's gonna be nothing but explosions.
and
And Zone Fighter wearing short shorts and a tank top.
Ooh, I'd pay to see that.
I want to see someone write a match where the flower is about to launch and then Legion throws, and then someone throws someone else above the flower and they get hit by the explosion.
I have no idea how that would happen, but that would be amazing.
That would actually be an interesting way to end the match with the flower actually exploding. That would be an
'Cause when
interesting
the-
match ender.
When the flower launches, doesn't it explode upwards and stuff?
I think
Yeah,
so.
when Legion's flower launches the seed, the seed pretty much shoots off like a cannon or a bullet right into space. And of course, because of the amount of force that it takes to launch it, it pretty much causes a giant explosion anyway. So
If anyone will write a match where someone else just throws someone above Legion flower right as it's launching the seed.
You know what would be an interesting match? If it started with the seed actually landing on a different planet, just boom!
oh, that'd be
impact.
cool. That'd be cool.
Legion attacking Planet X.
Planet X, yeah.
I think there is a Legion space match in the future. So
Space.
Here's an idea. What if it lands in the sun?
Well, that just means Legion is poor aim.
I don't think it lasts.
That just
long.
means Legion is really terrible aim.
I got a better idea. What if Monster X was coming down? Okay, Monster X is no. Grand King Ghidorah is coming down meteor form. And they
And
launch,
Legion seed smacks into it.
yeah, and they fire and they detonate the flower and it fires off. Like if the two were to collide, who would win? That's what
Okay.
I.
That's you know what? I'm gonna write the match. I'm gonna write Legion versus Grand King Ghidorah, but the entire match is just gonna be descriptions of the two of them colliding.
I feel like
It has to be round 2, though.
Right. I feel like
Round two,
Legion,
yeah.
I feel like Legion's seed would dominate Grand King Ghidorah because Legion has the added weight of getting the seed off, escaping Earth's gravity.
That is true. That is
So,
true.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Coming into Earth, like it doesn't take much energy to go into Earth, but you're still going really fast. Legion has
It,
the extra.
it takes a lot more to go out, basically.
it takes
It takes a lot more to leave.
Yeah, it takes a lot more to leave than it does to enter. So,
Yeah.
that is my argument. But anyway, Harley, what do you think of match 74? Before we derail ourselves anymore.
I liked it. I thought it was all right. Not the greatest. It ended kind of abruptly. I don't feel like Legion got too much in terms of actual attacks, other than like her children, and then boom, she just splits them in half. Other than that, though, it was all right. It was fun.
Nagoda, what do you think of it?
Well, it was a pretty fun match, and apparently Batch was a pervert for stabbing his horn into Legion. Into her egg sack.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyone else?
Yeah.
Alex, what'd you think?
What'd you think of this match, Alex?
At least from the parts you read.
The one sentence you read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was okay.
Oh.
Ooh.
At least I thought it was half okay, because I was only here for half of it.
Half okay. You weren't even here for half of it. Let's be real here.
Oh, at least I didn't have to suffer too much.
That's true.
But yeah, like I said, it wasn't bad. It was okay.
Could be worse. Could be a Tom match.
Well, I guess on that note, does anyone have any final words? Again, so I'd say it's a good one. It's doesn't do anything spectacularly new, but I don't think it really needed to.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I think, like I said, this one's biggest highlight is just how Legion finishes off Battra. I think that's
Pretty much. That was the only like notable thing.
All right. Which, compared to other Legion matches, I think that is kind of distinct out of the ones.
Which are few and far between, by the way. There aren't that many Legion matches out there.
Not as many as you'd think.
Right?
No, there are quite a few.
There are a nice handful of Legion matches, but there are others that have a lot more.
Godzilla.
But yeah.
Yeah, Legion. How many matches has she been?
She's been in 8
8
matches.
She has a pretty good record, honestly.
Oh, that's not
A
too
decent
bad.
record. Mostly wins, thankfully.
Yeah. Who joined? Oh.
But anyway, that was match.
Nice to meet you.
That was match.
Nice to meet you.
Hello.
That was match 74, and we will be seeing you guys next time for match 75. Take care.
Later, guys.